Welcome to Vedic Mathematics. This is base values classes. From today we are taking up Vedic Mathematics of Ganita Sutras. Ganita Sutras are the basic sutras, basic source sutras of Vedic Mathematics. These sutras are 16 in number. Ekadhikeन Purven is the first sutra. Nikhlim Navastha Charmam Dashata is the second sutra. Udharv Tiryek Bhyam is the third sutra. Pravarte Yojet is the fourth sutra. Shunyam Samya Samuchya is the fifth sutra. Anurupe Shunyam Anyat is the sixth sutra. Sankalan Vyakalna Bhyam is the seventh sutra. Purana Purana Bhyam is the eighth sutra. Chalna Kalna Bhyam is the ninth sutra. Yavdunam is the 10th sutra. Vyasti Samishti is the 11th sutra. Sheshankain Charmain is the 12th sutra. Sopanantyam Dvayamantyam is 13th sutra. Eka Nyunen Purven is 14th sutra. Gunit Samuchya, Gunak Samuchya is the 16th sutra. These 16 sutras are having also, in addition thereto, 13 Upsutras. The first Upsutra is Anurupen. Second Upsutra is Shishyate Shesha Sangya. Third Upsutra is Adim, Aden, Antyam, Anten. Fourth Upsutra is Kevale Saptkam Gunyat. Fifth Upsutra is Veshtanam. Sixth Upsutra is Yavdunam, Tavdunam. Seventh Upsutra is Yavdunam, Tavduni Kritye Vargam Chayojet. Eighth Upsutra is Antyor Daske Api. Ninth Upsutra is Antyorev. 10th Upsutra is Samuchya Gunita. 11th Upsutra is Lopana Sthapana Bhyam. 12th Upsutra is Vilokanam. And 13th Upsutra is Gunit Samuchya Gunita. These are the only 16 sutras and 13 Upsutras which make the complete text of Vedic mathematics. 16 sutras and 13 Ganita Upsutra as a set of 29 hymns is the complete text. This text of sutras and Upsutras avails in all 519 letters. One can memorize this text just in a few recitations, and with it the text as well will become a mental text, and the entire process that way will be a mental process. It is this reason why the Vedic mathematics of Ganita Sutras is designated as mental mathematics. It is mental mathematics as the text consists of just 519 letters, and these letters, this range of letters can be memorized with just a few recitations. Sadhakas, students of Vedic mathematics, science and technology, anxious and fulfilled with intensity of urge to glimpse and imbibe the working rules and all other connected aspects of Vedic mathematics of Ganita Sutras shall, as a first step, memorize this text. With memorization of this text, one will be acquiring the initial potentiality of working the entire process as a mental process. It is this mental process which is as such composed as 16 sutras and 13 sutras. However, it is of range of 519 letters. On the one hand, it can be said that it is a very small text. It can be memorized. It can be just worked out in 16 steps of sutras and 13 steps of sutras. Just in 29 steps, the entire mathematical domain of mathematics can be exhaustively covered, fully covered, completely covered, thoroughly covered. Aspect is there attached with this mathematics and this mathematical domain. On the other hand, this text, as it is of the range of as many as 519 letters, as such, it becomes a very large sequence of steps. It is a sequence of 519 steps. So the chain or mathematical domain of Vedic mathematics of Ganita Sutras is a chain of as many as 519 steps. Each step of this range of 519 steps, as it is, makes a discipline in itself. We can say that Vedic mathematics is an integrated whole, single mathematical domain, and simultaneously it can be said that this mathematical domain is a compendium of integrated domain of as many as 519 disciplines. As many as 500 and different aspects of mathematics, each aspect as a complete discipline in itself, makes the domain of Vedic mathematics as a very large domain of as many as 519 disciplines. One can have a pause here and take note that value 512 plus value 7 makes the organization of the value range 519. It that way makes it that the range starting with 512 and reaching up to 519 is a 8 steps long range. So the organization of 519 disciplines of Vedic mathematics, 519 aspects of the mathematical domain, as such gets organized as 8-fold range, beginning with the value 512 and reaching up to the value 519. One can further have a pause here and take note that value 512 is of the organization 2 raised to power 9. Therefore, the mathematical domain as such is accepting an organization of ninth up till the 9th power of value 2. One can further have a pause here and take note that 4 space, the creator space, is of a spatial order. 4 space is of 9 versions. There are 9 geometries of 4 space. Hypercube 4, the representative regular body of 4 space, is of 9 versions. Therefore, beginning with the first version and covering up till the 9th version, in terms of a spatial dimension, it makes a frame of 2 raised to power 9. As many as 9 spatial dimensions of format becomes the coverage format of the value 512, which is equal to the letters of the Ganita Sutras. One may have a pause here and take note that the 6th Sutra, Anurupe Shunyantim, is having Anurupe within a bracket. It is a set of 8 letters. These letters, which are within a bracket, are making and marking their presence in a different organizational feature. And it is this organizational feature which we shall be learning, and we shall be availing these features of the format processing steps in terms of the present axioms and postulates of this particular setup of mathematics. Before we proceed further, we can have a glimpse at that Vedic mathematics as it is a universal mathematics, and this universal mathematics takes us to a space coverage, creations within a space, creations as manifestations, manifestation being of the constituents, constituents having a base, and bases of a particular format. Therefore, these all aspects, format, base, constituents, manifestation, creation, space and universe. The modern mathematics has accepted the base of a line, a straight line. Line to mind line, to time line, to universe line, to space line, to numbers lines. Like that, in different way, in different aspects, the format of a line is being availed by the modern mathematics. We will be coming to these comparative aspects subsequently, but for the present, let us understand that the internal organization of the Ganita Sutras, of beginning with the first sutra, Eka Adhikain Purve, is to be accepted that this system unfolds from within. First sutra, the Ganita Sutra 1, is itself a text of as many as 16 letters. Let us revisit the first word composition, Eka Adhikain, of the formulation Eka Adhikain Purve, Ganita Sutra 1. This word formulation, Eka Adhikain, is a composition of 9 letters. A, Ka, A, Dha, I, Ka, A, No, A. These are the 9 letters which are being availed by the formulation Eka Adhikain. Eka Adhikain is the first word component of the text Eka Adhikain Purve. Here one may have a pause here and take note that Eka Adhikain Purve, and like that all other hymns, sutras, are of very small compositions, but still to designate them, to give the names to these particular sutras, the first word of each sutra as such is taken as the designation or the name of the sutra. Ganita Sutra 1, Eka Adhikain Purve, is designated as Eka Adhikain Sutra. Eka Adhikain Sutra is the first Ganita Sutra. The text of first Ganita Sutra is Eka Adhikain Purve. The Eka Adhikain is the name. When we say Eka Adhikain Sutra, it means we are referring to Ganita Sutra 1, whose full text is Eka Adhikain Purve. Eka Adhikain Purve is the first Ganita Sutra. Its name is Eka Adhikain Sutra. Eka Adhikain Sutra is a composition of a pair of word formulations, Eka Adhikain and Purve. The first word formulation, Eka Adhikain, is a composition of 9 letters. The second word formulation, Purve, is a composition of 7 letters. This way, it can be said that the entire text of Ganita Sutra 1, Eka Adhikain Sutra, is a text of as many as 16 letters. There are 16 sutras. The text of Ganita Sutra 1 itself is a text of 16 letters. It is this way we can understand that the first Ganita Sutra, which is a composition of 16 letters, makes a range of 16 steps. These 16 steps, beginning with the first letter, reaching up till the last letter of the text of Eka Adhikain Purve, as such makes 16 steps. These 16 steps are the 16 aspects. These make 16 disciplines of Vedic mathematics. These 16 steps, these 16 aspects, these 16 letters, these as such are of such mathematical domains, of such features, such values, that each letter is an independent mathematical domain, and its mathematical domain that way sequentially stands coordinated. The first letter is coordinated with the second letter. The first letter is having a transcendental code value 6. Therefore, the students of Vedic mathematics who are anxious to proceed further and want to acquire insight about the working processes and axioms and postulates of the Ganita Sutras, the mathematics of Ganita Sutras, shall, as a first step, memorize the text of Ganita Sutras. Then, as a second step, to reach at decomposition for the text of each Ganita Sutra, like beginning with the first Ganita Sutra, which is a text of 16 letters. Therefore, Ekadhikain Sutra, Ganita Sutra 1 of the text Ekadhikain Purve shall be approached as a composition of as many as 2 words, and this pair of words, Ekadhikain and Purve, being the compositions of pair of letters 9 and 7. 9 letters are availed for composition of the word formulation Ekadhikain, and 7 letters are being availed for the composition of the second word formulation Purvena. As a first step to approach Ganita Sutra 1, Ekadhikain Sutra, is to reach at its composition as a range of 16 letters. The second step to approach the mathematical domain of Ganita Sutra 1, Ekadhikain Sutra of the text Ekadhikain Purvena is to associate transcendental code values with this range of 16 letters of the text of Ganita Sutra 1. One may have a pause here, and one shall recapitulate that this text of Ganita Sutras and of the Ganita Sutra 1 is availing Devanagari alphabet letters. We have learned at the initial stage that Devanagari alphabet letters are of particular positions of the format, and further each letter accepts association of a transcendental code value. The transcendental code value, together with the position of placement of the letter within the Devanagari alphabet, as such determine the functional operations in terms of these particular letters. Each letter is of a particular value. Each letter is of a particular placement. Though each letter is having a value and each letter is having a position, so we have to approach the text of Ganita Sutras beginning with the first letter A, the 6th vowel, and reaching up till the last letter of the text, which is O, the first vowel. As such, the mathematical domain of Ganita Sutras, which is a text of 519 letters, with its first letter being the 6th vowel and its last letter being the first vowel. This pair of letters, the first letter, the 6th vowel, and the end letter, the first vowel, acquire the status of a pair of letters of pair of values 6, 1, 6 and 1. Therefore, the entire range of mathematics of Ganita Sutras as such is of the range of 6 to 1. It is a reach from value 6 to value 1. The value 6, we understand that it is a first perfect number. Let us appreciate this feature, this value, organization of number value 6, and simultaneously let us appreciate that the first numeral, the first natural number, the wholesome one as it is, which acquires values as a unit, may it be for length, may it be for area, may it be for volume, or may it be for hypervolume. Therefore, the value 6, which is a perfect number value, and value 1, which itself is a whole sum number value. Therefore, the range of Vedic mathematics of Ganita Sutras is of the range of value 6 to value 1. This is a perfect number value. It is a unique perfect number whose divisors are 1, 2 and 3. The proper divisors are 1, 2, 3 and complete divisors are 1, 2, 3 and 6. The proper divisors summation value as well as the product value is equal to the whole number value 6 itself. It is this uniqueness, it is this feature which makes value 6 place value system, the 6 as a perfect number, a unique perfect number, as it is not only the addition but the product of the proper factors as well leads to the value 6. It is unique feature. It is the feature which is available to this very perfect number itself. The subsequent perfect numbers 28, 496, 8128, these and further subsequent perfect numbers are not having this feature. With respect to the perfect numbers, the first aspect that addition, summation value of the proper value is equal to the value of the perfect number. But the product value also becomes equal to the value of the perfect number itself, is uniquely available only to number 6. It is because of it the organization and the processing steps of Vedic mathematics are uniquely rich, very rich, and it is because of it becomes a very powerful and very potential system of working. Now here, when we reach from letter A to letter Ka, then it takes us to value 6 to value 4. Let us recapitulate that parallel to value 6 is a 6 space and parallel to value 4 is a 4 space. This reach from 6 space to 4 space is a reach from 6 space as domain to 6 space as dimension. Therefore, the sequential organization feature of the text of Ganita Sutra 1 and as such of the Ganita Sutra's entire domain itself is that it is taking us from 6 space as domain to 4 space as dimension. Let us have a pause here and recapitulate that the Sthapatya miring rod is a synthetic setup of hypercubes 1 to 6, and Lord Vishnu, the overlord of 6 space, is the overlord of the Sthapatya miring rod, but Lord Brahma, the overlord of 4 space, is the presiding deity of the Mayor of the Sthapatya miring rod. Let us have a pause here. As we are proceeding from first letter to the second letter, we are proceeding from value 6 to value 4, and this as such takes us to a proceeding steps from 6 space as a domain to 4 space as a dimension. As such, here inherently we are embedding, we are availing, we are working, we are proceeding along, we are availing the format of a Sthapatya miring rod. Let us have a pause here and let us recapitulate that the basis values of Vedic mathematics or the basis values being worked out along the format of Devanagari alphabet and along the format of a Sthapatya miring rod. The format of Devanagari alphabet and format of Sthapatya miring rod as such are the pair of formats. Therefore, sadhakas, students of Vedic mathematics, science and technology, anxious enough, fulfilled with intensity of urge, having a desire to acquire proper insight and to attain appropriate enlightenment, shall initiate themselves from the very beginning with the Devanagari alphabet format and also simultaneously beginning with the format of Sthapatya miring rod. Sthapatya miring rod is a synthetic setup of hypercubes 1 to 6, the representative regular bodies of 1 space to 6 space. 6 space is presided by Lord Vishnu, the overlord of 6 space. Sun is of value 6. It is a format of 6 space. Sun is a 6 space body. Sun as a 6 space body, as a 6 space domain, as a 6 space domain phenomenon, as of the format of 6 space, is providing its space manifestations as a creations or as a setup of a hypercube 6. So hypercube 6 becomes the basic format in terms of which the Vedic mathematics is applying its pure values for reach at its applied values and other connected aspects of mathematics and its Vedic mathematics, science and technology features. Ganita Sutras is a text of 16 sutras. First Ganita Sutra is a text of 16 letters. These 16 letters constitute the structural keys for the entire mathematical domain of Ganita Sutras. The first letter of the first sutra, A, of value 6, as a 6 space domain, it carries the structural key for the Ganita Sutra 1 itself. A step ahead, the letter Ka of value 4, Ka Brahma, is carrying the mathematical domain of a 4 space, a creator's space, and this domain of creator's space of the second letter carries the structural keys of the second Ganita Sutras. A reach from Ganita Sutra 1 to Ganita Sutra 2 is going to be a reach from value 6 to value 4. It is going to be a reach from 6 space domain to 4 space domain. It is going to be a reach from 6 space as the Sthapatya mining rod as a domain fold and 4 space as the creative dimension fold of the 6 space. The mathematical domain of Ganita Sutra 1 is a structural domain of 6 space. Its structural keys are embedded in the first letter of Ganita Sutra 1. Therefore, the Ganita Sutra 1 itself unfolds itself in terms of value 6, which gives us a 6 space domain, a 6 space content of which Sun is the 6 space body, and on the other hand, Purusha, the human body, is another 6 space body. Therefore, Vedic mathematics simultaneously works out the existence phenomenon happening within human frame as well as happening within the Sun. And as such, the entire existence phenomenon of our solar universe as it is, may it be within frames or may it be without frames, including the human frame and including the Sun, the Surya, the entire existence phenomenon as such is the working values range of the Ganita Sutras. It is this range, it is this value, it is this feature, it is this format, it is this organization, and it is this format which makes Vedic mathematics being uniquely rich and of such a wide potentialities that the whole range of knowledge as such gets unified as a single discipline. This single discipline unification happens because of the value 6 as the perfect number becomes the unique perfect number, as that here in this case of value 6, the proper factor divisors 1, 2 and 3 are leading to its addition value 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6, and simultaneously the product value 1 into 2 into 3 is also 6. Summation value of the proper divisors and multiplication value of the divisors becoming equal is the unique. It is this uniqueness which deserves to be appreciated fully. It should be appreciated thoroughly. If this value is available, this feature is available two values. The subsequent values of the subsequent perfect numbers as such, beginning with 28 onwards, will take us to a different feature. It will be blissful to take note that the first letter is 6, is value 6, second letter is a value 4. Let us now see it as a first perfect number, gives us 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6, and 1 into 2 into 3 as well as 6 becomes the domain. Here the addition and multiplication get repeated, as the multiplication is nothing but a repeated addition. However, the multiplication is not a repeated addition. Multiplication takes us to powers. It takes us to dimensional frames. Therefore, when we will be reaching from first perfect number 6 to second perfect numbers of domain 28, it will be giving us the range of proper divisors 2, 4, 7 and 14 of summation value 28. However, the product value becomes 784. It is equal to 28 square. And this reach from domain to dimension in a reverse order from dimension to domain will take us to number 86. This pure number, this enlightened number, this transcendental number, this wonderful number, this wonderful transition, which will be taking us that way from Brahm to Surya. Reaching from Brahm to Surya is a reach of 786 number. Reaching from 6 to Brahm is a reach of a number 6. It is this wonderful, it is this beautiful aspect that 786 with a number 6 into 1 into 6 into 13 and 6 space being of a 13 geometry's range will help us to appreciate as to how the Vedic systems in such a powerful way, in such a beautiful way, in such an integrated way, are taking a mathematics much beyond the artifices of numbers and of the dimensional frames. Therefore, the sadhakas, students of Vedic mathematics, science and technology, shall sit comfortably and to permit the transcending mind to glimpse as to how the existence phenomenon of the solar universe is being worked out by the Vedic mathematics of Ganita Sutras, and simultaneously, sequentially, it is taking us from Surya to Brahm, to Brahman domain, and in the reverse process is also giving us an enlightenment with the working rules that how the Brahm is manifesting itself as a Surya, and how the manifested creation format of a Surya will give us a transcendence phenomenon, and this transcendence phenomenon gives us the transcendental code values. Let me have a pause here and remind you that the creator's space is a fourth space. It gives us a manifestation fold along the format of idol of Lord Brahma. The idol of Lord Brahma is a format of hypercube 4, the representative regular body of a fourth space. But a step ahead, the transcendental domain is the domain of a Lord Shiva. It is a domain of transcendental ranges. The creation format permits transcendence, and it is this transcendence from the creation format which extends the fourfold creation formats into fivefold transcendence ranges. Therefore, the reach from fourfold creation formats to fivefold transcendence ranges as such provides us the transcendental code values. These transcendental code values as such give us a format of sequential reach from creative manifested existence phenomena of our solar universe, including of human body as well as of the sun Surya itself, to the Brahman domain, reaching from Surya to Brahm, and the enlightenment again bringing us, making it transcendental domain as a self-referral domain, and there being a reach of a Brahm within a solar universe, and each bit of it becomes a Mahat, where Yom, a space getting Avakash, expanding from within, having folds within, coordinating within itself, unfolding and organizing itself, refolding it, making it cyclic systems, making it sequential systems, and then in terms thereof the mathematical range of as many as 500 steps, 519 aspects, 519 steps, as many as 519 disciplines of Vedic mathematics are preserved here in the systems of Ganita Sutras. Ganita Sutras are very rich sutras, very rich format, very rich mathematical domain. The present day approach of the modern mathematics as it is really a very, very narrow domain. One shall sit comfortably and permit the transcending mind to sequentially glimpse and imbibe the values of the organization steps of Ganita Sutras and to work out the mathematical domain. From tomorrow onwards, we shall be taking up the mathematical domain of first letter of the text of first sutra of the 16 sutras range. Thank you very much.